Aloha! Welcome to Poetry Hour. Today I am going to read a collection that I have made that is a journey through desolate desperation and depression to hope and finding belief in your dreams. And it's called Reality is as You Choose to Perceive It. And I just want to say sometimes circumstances are out of our control, and it seems as though we're left in a barren, desolate wasteland without any choices. But once in a while, you do get shown the light and the strangest of places when you look at things right. The first piece in this collection is called Riptide, and it was written in July of 2001. I see naught but red, up in a normally gray sky, feeling an ominous sinking dread. Will you save my fears from coming true? Can you honestly tell me that I'll always have you? Time flies back on raven's wings. Love falls away, along with needless things, leaving me lonely, drowning in the wake of 1,000 crashing waves. Each one I can't control. Pressure, every oncoming flow. Spinning, carried by backwash, as I attempt to catch a hold. Everything goes so fast now, while I can barely move. Slow and stop motion, interpreting a new frame of mind. Grasping aimlessly for a love that's left me behind. Suppose I'll get caught in the tide and let it rip me away. This next piece is called Diffuse. It was written in 2002. Instigate, elate and saturate, congregate, abate and disseminate. Go ahead, it's fate. Just see. You'll wait. Avoid being a self-destroyed, humanoid. Emotions only confuse. So many that we use, only to self-abuse. Ourselves we diffuse. This next piece is Limited Distortion. It was written in August of 2000. I am a random wanderer. I walk or slowly stumble through my limited distortion, a faithless comedy, my labyrinth covered in the briars of my scathing alienation. I demand a contemplation for the indentured sin. Could ever an explanation be found? A calmed, ruthless demeanor exists silently under your flesh. The dumbfounded stare. How could she dare? Desensitized to the pain you inject in my veins, as it rages, ripping and tearing. Let me giggle while it seethes. Through me, gumption is stolen away. Restrain from showing my soul, and wait for the tears, although they will never come again. Everyone will think they know, all buried deep within me, but my wall covers it all. Shall we pretend nothing happened? Or perhaps I could wish it away. After all, reality is what I make of it. How do I be rid of my sorrows? Time, give it time. Time to lay them to rest, deep in my chest. Let it seethe and breed, ripping apart my insides, just to make room for the pain. Simply hold me in your forgiving arms. I'll absorb the peace in your intentions. Never will I ever be able to forget. As for now it seems, numb is the closest I will ever come to a carefree existence. For the arms I wish to hold me are now packaged ashes. Although I feel the presence around me, the physical me is left without hope or reassurance, shuffling slower day by day, attempting to push through the bars of alienation, forced solitude in my lonely cell, shattered bits of memories, stabbing repetitively in my mind, while they tell me of the peace I'll find, and the strength I possess, an articulate act, a play of pointless deceit, as I stand quiet alongside, silent witness to the pitiful process of my own defeat. This next piece is called Drip. It was written in September of 1999. Drip, drip, drip. Can you hear the faucet leak? Drip, drip, drip. Can you tell my cries are meek? My soul is dying, and soon I will disappear. You will be at rest, without me to fear. This next piece is called Hanging in My Mind, and it was written in September of 2017. To have someone whose aches I tried and longed to soothe, say that they would want for me to lose my life, at my own hand no less, I confess, has opened up a wound. Now I'm trying my hardest not to let it consume my psyche, though it seems highly likely I'll have to work through this problem alone, just another thing to harden my aching heart of stone. This next piece is called Lost Voices. It was written in 2001. Take me down, there, below your ashes. Watch me fall away into dust, into the ground from whence I came, and arise to find the grand matron's name. Around me sound ripples freely through the air. Vibrations and lost voices are muffled in the breeze. Cross continuations, our favorite disease. Hang and hinder help, or lose hope and shoot dope. Either will release. Misguided meandering, managing our minds. Unspoken decide to be relieved of time. Precocious moments of demonstration and final resignation, assuming to be devoid of danger. Mangled melancholy becomes our reality. This next piece is called Heroin. I've seen posture bend to heroin, with a tourniquet and a needle's prick, attempting to soothe a certain nervous tick that both loved and hated, warm, familiar rush, with its false sense of ease, bringing him home again. One last time, following the nod, he'll say goodnight, sleep away, and die in a dream. Upon the morrow, your morning he'll borrow. This next piece is called Shattered Remains. It was written in 2001. Desecrate me, my love, and death. Enrapture my whole being with scathing, clenching misery. Leave my soul floating, desperate and lonely to freeze the extreme limits of outer space, stuffing down the screams that have collected in my throat, questions never to be answered, love impossible to be requited, tears spattering, staining my mind, can still feel the hole in my soul, where all the pain slipped in. Half my reason for living is gone. Will someone kindly explain? How do I piece together my shattered remains? This next piece is The Needed Relief. It was written in August of 2004. Just because I am, and she was, or rather is, a kindred spirit, not tearless, nor fearless, but bold, rarely cold, in interaction, a mere refraction of her I am, unendingly grateful, determinably faithful to see such an end, and learn that we can begin to melt the clouds and see the light, that things will turn out right when everything seems wrong, for there is no other way to learn to stay strong and fortify the belief that will give us the needed relief. This next piece is called Disheartened Enchantment. It was written in August of 2004. Differentiate relaxation and procrastination. Examine your station, current situation, so that you may take each step forward with precision, having faith behind every decision. Read fully into any revision and keep myself alive. Contrive to hold true with all of you, dreamers and screamers of injustice, but try to see the point and pass the joint. Each action should have meaning, attention paid to how we are leaning, hardly standing, rarely landing from this disheartened enchantment. I subject myself, having plenty and yet not enough. I feel I am in need of more gumption to change circumstance, learn how and enhance my surrounding, backgrounding, resounding and founding dreams with beams of light through each and every night when I sleep to avoid life. Well, it's 4:19 and I rolled myself a joint, but I left my lighter over there, so I'll be right back. I got my lighter. Thank you guys for coming and listening. I really appreciate it. We are into page 10 of 44 in this collection. And this next piece is called Contemporary Confusion. It was written in April of 2002. Contemporary confusion, the standard of illusion. It's something like cold fusion and midway to denial. All we choose to defile, meanwhile reconcile. Hurry, there's not much left. Worthwhile. Happiness? Have a free trial. Smile. What is this synthesis? How could I miss bliss in breathing and being, not looking but seeing? In this life, we create strife, and our thoughts are self-fulfilling. So think of all you're willing. Apparently I'm not that good at lighting a joint when I'm not looking at the joint. Whoops. Hey, that works better now. Alright. This next piece is called The Mindful Trance. And it was written in February of 2002. Incredulous, incapable of concentrating, correcting, and connecting. What else were you expecting? She walks away from the moon. I can see her coming and going all too soon. Pieces, fragile pieces, taken from her womb. I shattered all those pieces to place them in her tomb. Recapitulate the feelings we abate, although the time has passed and we know it's all too late. Forever calming still, with serenity, is our will. At times with our thoughts and actions, the mystery and ourselves we kill. Fearing the silent existence, we subterfuge the truth, living in a mindful trance, rather than eternity's expanse. This next piece is the namesake of my Yahoo email address, Unsightly Aesthetics. And it was written in July of 2001. Do you believe in urgency? The now downtrodden remains of sweet anguish's demise. Have you yourself seen destruction at the mezzanine, levels we pretend to disappear, each hidden delicate catastrophe, dissolved by humanity, pretentious revelations, hardening the last silky threads, attempting to smooth over cracked edges now invisible. Still, your polish slips away, uncovering the hideous chafes. So the challenge remains to look deeper, further inside, rather than hide. Individual unsightly aesthetics. Fear not, but learn with wonder, for worlds they are a-broadening, and behind a doubtful cold stare, few know, and even fewer dare, to imagine around. One rather becomes drowned, suffocated by the self-inflicted sphere of their chosen reality. I'm not good at keeping my joint lit. But hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves so far. I appreciate you listening. This next piece is Intrigue to Feed, and it was written in July and October of 2004. I'm praying for the lost fathers of the revolution and the new mothers of the modern age. Shall we make our way? Will we stay the same or make a change today? Be gone or stay strong. Hold your head up high. Our faults we shouldn't deny. They exist so we can find out why. Necessary elements of ourselves. Impassioned, I fashion a voice for myself. At times I hear nothing else, till I read between the lines, to find the message defined, in place for me to see, which direction I should steer me. It's clear we're in need, indeed. We have our intrigue to feed, and unnecessary fears to bleed. Helping forces come to my aid. Let me breathe in your spirit, smooth like sea jade. I'll use your energy, and you'll live on through me. I'm still praying we get ourselves together. Very few will wait forever. This next piece is called The Needed Relief. It was written in August of 2004. Oh, I apologize. That is a repeat title. The next piece is Perceptions Conceal, and it was written in March of 2002. Set the stage, burnt sienna, backlights, a maroon foreground. The crimson quandary, life and beauty surround. Energy permeates through the ground. Observe with your all. Have no thoughts. Simply be. Perhaps you'll see, or even feel. It's inside you and me. In thought, it's unreal. Everything our perceptions can conceal. This next piece is called One Time, and it was written in August of 2004. I say that this is the last time, but also the first. All time is one time. You'll learn if you thirst, for the knowledge is inside you, but you must want to find it first. This next piece is called I Tell You, and it was written in March of 2008. I tell you it's unwise living these half-hearted lives. I tell you I despise seeing those half-open eyes. I tell you to wake up. There's no chance, no time to make up. Any chances you pass by. So be alive. Fully open your half-shut eyes. I tell you now that everything relies, depends on your perspective. I tell you my glass is half full and filling still by the strength of my will. This next piece is Stillness. It was written in November of 2007. Stillness. I will this. Suspense thrills. Emptiness fills. I'm through the loop, but not over the hill. Still climbing. The path is still winding. Around and up. Sometimes I stumble down and back, that I may retrace those steps, mistaken for solid ground. I see the fallen leaves floating from the trees, taken by the wind to be turned back to dirt again. Cycles summon, seasons revolve, reasons fail to dissolve. Stillness, still the atoms dance, moving in my pants, moving with the air, blowing through there, an intertwined affair. That atom dance, those cosmos spin, I'm jumping in. The time is still mine to have, moving up the mountain. I am still not rejecting my stance, not withholding my rants. I am still myself. I still have my health, and my knowledge is my wealth. I am learning all the time, seeing the links that led to prior hijinks. My, how I must re-amend my missteps, unless I wish to repeat them. Stillness does not evolve. Stillness is a problem I must solve. This next piece is Lost in Space. And I'm not sure what year I wrote it, but I'm guessing around 2004. Lost in space. The past I erase. Swallow down the bitter taste and forget the waste. For the future I've yet to see, but no matter what happens, I will make it come to be. Pray I remember to breathe till the day I leave. Feel her spirit flow through me, never apart, undeniably. Can I make the change? For it will be, oh, so very strange to start saying no again. If I don't, there'll only be myself to blame. Sometimes a daze, we're creating our own haze. Don't give in when the moment plays. It's not only the memory that stays. With each damage done is a war that was not won. Being able to see truth is the key, the start to setting yourself free. This next piece is Following the Flow, and it was written in August of 2004. Spiraling in a vortex, our thoughts reach toward an apex. Everything is so complex, relative to decisions, influences, and experience. Light positioning, sight requisitioning, relaying images, flitting through complexes, moving from one subject, connected to the next, synchronized patterning, germinating designs, foreordained, lessons encoded, sequential realizations, transpiring transparency, intangible intentions instilling, an ethereal uplifting state. As positive thoughts aggregate, a wind blows open the door, that we may catch a slight glimpse of what could be in store, if we keep open to the flow, reassuring ourselves, nurturing our truths, everyday gradation, collecting data, conveying reculmination, the sanctuary beyond satiation, combined interpretation of essence, permutation of the picture, repairing our frame of mind, keeping in mind the coincidences we find all the time, round and round, at each epicycle, and even centrifugal forces can't stop us from reaching the center to look upon the nexus that connects us infinitely, a concatenation of interrelation, ever so, round and round we go, picking up on currents and following the flow. Well, that one wasn't inspired by a psychedelic experience. Nah, not at all. This next one is called Broadcasting Brainwaves. And it's a little bit about how we might affect people even though we don't really think about it. So maybe we should. And it was written in October 2004. Broadcasting brainwaves without even knowing. Do we care to notice? Do we dare believe? You might be scared to know this. There's a web of particles connecting us. There are waves of energy enveloping as we exude our own impression, half-heartedly, without being discrepant to how or who we are affecting. Why don't we take some time reflecting and pool some energy, make a puddle so we can splash without feeling so unattached from ourselves? Revel, come tonight. Solid state dementia is overplayed. We are more than halfway through now, folks. We are in page 23 of 44. This next piece is Please Take Flight. And it was written in September of 2009. God, please, let me grow. Help me to know everything I need in order to succeed. These otherworldly plans I've made to fully engage my mind, make proper use of time, taking steps on the road, the only one for me. Clearly I can see everything coming along at a faster relative pace. working toward this place of dreams and learning, meditation and growth, joy and peace. I will not release my motivation or belief. Something this way comes, to some it numbs all reason. Others awaken, spirits formerly dormant, opening eyes as they realize a full picture color, created with intentions, with ideas and inventions, kaleidoscopically in tune with what we see. Among the arrays of displays, distractions can be endeared, imbibing fears of our future failures, into becoming a reason not to try something. God, please give me the strength to move away from the brink of desperation. Allow that I find sublime elation through my deeds, solace in myself, courage to uphold my convictions. Grant me serenity, humble wisdom, based in light, as I learn to make dreams take flight.
And I have shimmied my pants down.
That's a little better. Life is hard, but you can't give up on yourself or your pants when they're as cute as these. This next piece is called The Means, and it was written in February of 2009. Expanding consciousness, bringing in foreign elements for dissection, finding direction through often hidden paths taken for reasons unknown in the developing subplots that underlie, unbeknownst to the formation of following events. Connections are being made. Times relayed in thought process, analyses, critical though difficult. I know how to go on, no matter how low circumstances may take me down, but I'll turn it around with retrospection. I'll find the lesson that experience had for me. I want to know, to make myself grow. I'm bursting at the seams. With all these dreams I need to achieve, there is no doubt, I do believe I have the means to overcome procrastination. I'm driven to be here now. This next piece is The Moment I Seize, and it was written in 2004. Gone with the winding spirals, I must appease my dis-ease. The moment I seize, please, oh please, somehow, let it always be right now. This next piece is transitioning, and it was written in July of 2008. The last page left to turn, transitioning with temperance, finding grace. This is no race. Forward, myself I must face, glancing back to gain perspective, learn to act out my dreams better than I imagined them. I will gather the strength endowed to me in connection to the powers that be. Light springs forth, undoubtedly, with the sure-footed steps. Faith directs, without question, answers and lesson, learned and confirmed as truth. Each life holds the most marvelous mysteries, detected with attention to minuscule detail. In amazement of the arrangement, individual atoms collect and compose this, that, and those, my head and your clothes. So's we, sleuths of reality, can pick up and follow our own mystery. This next piece is Saddle the Right Mare, and it was written in July of 2005. I have little doubt it's splendid how things end out. The humor is morbid. I lap it up like a kitten with cream. Lick my whiskers clean so I can sense the dream. To wake myself, to break the fog, and wag the dog. So long, it's been too long, gone, floated away, off in a dream, but couldn't stay, broke apart, inside out, came together, misshapen, misguided. I'll ride it, out to the end. I rode out, way past the crooked bend, found I'd saddled the right mare, though she may have been sidetracked along the way. She always brought me there. Yes, one could say, she's always got me there. I saddled the right mare. This next piece is called Absolute Astute. Tell me things I've yet to hear. Things have always been so very discombobulated here. Now I'm seeing all the fortuitous coincidences laid out in a line on the path I've left behind. My premeditation was lacking. In retrospect, I reflect upon those past steps. As I tread new ground, I allow my creativity to abound. It's high time I came around and used properly the talent I've found. Hope, I know I can cope. No matter what comes up, I've been through enough to keep myself sane. I'll be the same person I always knew I was. No more wandering, misleading trails. I've got more than plenty of those tales to tell of the misfortune that befell my fate. I'm not too sore, as of late, as I'm still learning more from before how to refrain rather than maintain, repeating those patterns. Reverse the spiral, even if it takes quite a while. I'm quite sure I'll round this corner, an absolute astute to my intuitive warner. This next piece is called Realizing Each Moment. Creating what I see, reality lies within me. Mirrored reflections, the eyes of the dragonflies stare into mine. Black eyes and wings, slender and cylindrical, wisteria with azure ends. I wonder what I look like through your bulbous eyes. My friends fly off with the wind, then come back and visit again, hovering and landing on my knees, or purse and notebook, surrounding stocks of grain. So I refrain from standing for a while to enjoy the scene and the breeze, realizing each moment is whole and complete, not an intangible feat. This next piece is Too Holy Be, and it was written in October of 2008. Pathways, opening into doorways, the tunnel through which enlightenment is reached, in waves at the end of plateaus, closing in upon the brink of freedom, releasing the tension within tension, to wholly be. This next piece is Metamorphosis. It was written in April of 2008. Walking along into the night, I know that the path underneath my feet is right. If I keep plodding on, I'll come upon dawn and bear witness to the metamorphosis of light. This next piece is Shine Bright, and it was also written in April of 2008. The coincidence control center is working overtime, so stay in line. Your time is coming to hit the ground running. Accelerate into motion, thoughts that will collide and coincide, increasing cognizance in our daily lives. Intriguing finds, great minds think alike, know when things turn out right, working to make the light shine and shine bright. This next piece is Kinetics. It was written in December of 2007. Let's get this ball rolling. Now, just like I said before, I'll be feeding on the motion. I'll be zooming, 'cause I can't stop moving. I'm running on kinetics. A welcomed return from my lymphatic sojourn, amping towards emphatic. Hell, I'm damn near ecstatic. I passed through all that static, focusing my aim, getting a clear view of what I need to do. No more holding my breath until I nearly turn blue. That stuff just isn't cool. I'm done and tired of being someone's damn fool. This next piece is The Mighty Phoenix, and it was written in February of 2016. You must believe in order to survive when you choose to fly into the wildfires, that these flames possess the power, burning bright enough to light the drive, inside to purify. As the embers turn to ash, at last you will come out more alive, anew with the water of life, with which you will thrive as you rise like the sun, welling up from the ashes, reflecting on the water, found miraculously, springing up from the well that exists within. When you begin to see and know yourself as the mighty phoenix, you must believe this. And the last piece of this is a piece that I read last week, Using the Force, and I am running out of time for my set, but I'm going to read it anyways because I love it. I'm sorry. Using the Force, written in December of 2007. Blazing my trail, if I stay to my path, taking each counted step carefully, I'll manifest the subtle math. I'll make it through the milieu of diversions, attempted deviance. I'll not stray, no, not all the way, but I'll have interesting excursions on my stroll towards harmonic convergence, harvesting the fruits of labor, of knowledge, of love, telling the story of the stones from the quarry, rocks from the river, water from the well, liquid in motion. The rain will fall, but I'm not scared at all. I know the proper pitch to irrigate the ditch, keeping the garden well watered. I maintain the mainframe well soldered, silver-lined circuits, carrying the current, directing the energy to me and through me, flowing from me ever so excitedly. I am mapping the course. I am using the force, pulling me along, keeping me strong. And my journey, onward I tread. The sky is no longer red. I've passed beyond that dimension, working towards my ascension, walking forward, onward, upward. Sometimes small steps are the most steady. I try to only climb when I know I'm ready, when I've got a good grip, and my fingers won't slip, and the roots won't rip out of the ground, because they are well wound deep into the bedrock, grown into a sturdy stalk, a marker amidst my walk, the tallest tree I've yet to see. The vision rings true to me, inviting me to delighting in a quickened pace up the face of the mountain. My path doth climb, marked clear as mine, as the sun doth shine, beaming through the clouds. That ray will lay clear as day, in spring, in May. I pray to be humble and not to stumble once more along the way, lest the mighty thunder rumble. Let me heed the warning, let me see the morning, As the sun crests the mountain top, I will go on. I will not stop. Thanks for listening, guys. We made it through all 44 pages of that. Thank you. And have a great day. I am Amber Morgaine Bougie. And I hope you enjoyed my poetry. Have a good one, y'all. Love ya.